Welcome to this week's Tween Summer Reading Challenge. Today you will have a chance to be a detective and solve the case. Let's take a closer look. The Forest Force has included a copy of their investigative worksheet, which you can see has a list of the suspects and a list of what was found at the crime scene. Take a minute to copy it down so that you can play along or print it off. You can pause the video if you need more time. I will read the list to you as you are getting prepared. For the suspects, we have Robin Hood, Belle, Jack, and Gretel. For items found on the scene, we have a book, some beans, a note that says find the ruby and defeat your enemy, a sketch pad and pencils, some arrows, a screwdriver, candy, breadcrumbs, flowers, a Robin Hood wanted poster, and a ripped piece of paper with the words, how to defeat a giant. Anytime you hear one of the suspects mention one of these items, check it off on your sheet. You'll have to pay careful attention.
A rare ruby has been stolen from Red Riding Hood's house in the Enchanted Forest. Fairy Tale Police, also known as Forest Force, have gathered as much information as they can, but have not been able to figure this mystery out. The Forest Force has narrowed it down to 4 suspects, who are all at Red's house, which is also the library in the forest, apparently. I mean, she doesn't work at the library, so why is she living there? Does the staff know about this? Does she pay rent? It seems like the real mystery to me, just saying. Anyway, what was I? Oh yeah. The suspects were at Red Riding Hood's house for book club. The Forest Force has revealed never-before-seen footage of the crime scene, as well as suspect interviews, in hopes that you can help solve the crime. Investigators arrived on the scene early Monday morning, documenting and gathering all the physical evidence. The place was a wreck. Everything was left in disarray. It was disgusting. I mean, who leaves beans on the mantel? No stone was left unturned. They did a thorough job to give you the clues you need to solve the case. Be sure to take a look at the scene again. Commit it to memory. These are the actual tape-recorded interviews made by the detectives.
Yeah.
Tell us your name and where you were after we read book club last night.
Yeah. So the name's Jack. Last night after I left, I went to my garden to check on some flowers and other things. And then I went on a ride on my motorcycle.
It isn't a crime to discuss classic literature among friends, but jewel theft is.
State your name and where you went after book club.
My name is Gretel. And when I left last night, I went to feed the birds breadcrumbs to see how fast they could pick them up, because it's a game we like to play.
It seemed they had an answer for everything.
Tell us your name and where you were after book club.
My name is Robin, and after the book club, I went by the candy shop to get some candy for the merry men because they don't like to feel left out.
Miss, please, for the record, please state your name and where you were. Miss?
Oh, hi, I'm Belle. I stopped by the library. I always like to have a book with me. And then I stopped to pick some roses. They're a really magical flower. Don't you think?
Questioning went on into the evening, trying the patience of the investigators.
Can you tell us a little bit about the book club you attended last night?
Book club? What book club? I thought we were just hanging out. I like to bounce ideas off of people whenever I'm about to close a new deal.
My favorite part about book club is the snacks. Red's grandmother went to a cooking institute, and she makes the best brownies and cookies and pies. What were we talking about?
It was okay, but I was hoping that Red would have picked a book that had maybe a little bit more adventure in it, like something about robbing from the rich or stealing from the poor. I'm not saying I do anything like that, though.
We had a good time, I think. I do love a good romance story, and Red's grandmother has some really nice things at her house. I enjoy kind of looking around from time to time.
You and Red Riding Hood close?
I've known Red for a really long time. We went to school together. In fact, there was this one time when a wolf almost ate her and her grandma. They really needed to get a better door.
Red dated my brother, and it didn't end well. And poor Hansel hadn't been back to book club.
You and Red ever have any disagreements?
I don't personally have anything against her, but she dated one of the merry men once, a long time ago, and it can be awkward when they run into each other.
Red and I are good friends. In fact, I'm often at her house even when we aren't having book club. You could almost say I'm part of the family.
Got any hobbies?
I have a lot of hobbies. I'm pretty good with the bow and arrow, and I like to sketch every now and then. I'm pretty good when it comes to trade. As a matter of fact, I just closed a really big deal involving a lot of beans. And I like to work on my motorcycle, go driving through the forest sometimes.
When I'm not cooking and eating delicious foods, I enjoy drawing. But I also have a sweet tooth, so I enjoy collecting unique candies.
Mr. Hood, what do you do in your spare time?
Well, I like to read, archery, of course. I hang out with the merry men a lot, and we like to cook beans and hot dogs over the campfire. But that's not a crime, is it?
Now don't you get smart with me.
Well, I do love to read, but I'm also pretty good with inventions. I helped my father. He even gave me a special screwdriver. And I'm pretty good at cooking. Last night we had some really delicious beans.
What do you think about the other members of the book club?
Yeah, so Belle always has her head in a book. Gretel, she might want to go see a dentist. She eats a lot of candy. And Robin, he's an okay dude, but he is involved in a lot of petty theft. You might want to look into that.
They're cool. Belle is really sweet, but she can be beastly sometimes. And Robin hangs out with a rowdy crew. And Jack, he asked for my candy the other day, and then he asked for my book for a book club because he lost his. So I don't know what to think about him.
They're okay. Jack, he's all right. We compete in archery a lot, and he's kind of a wheeler and dealer. And I think I saw a poster of me in his backpack once.
About Belle and Gretel.
Belle, she's probably the nicest of the group. And Gretel, she always brings something to the table. Literally. Like she brings food to the table. She brings treats to the group a
We
lot.
get it, Mr. Hood.
Gretel is one interesting character. I never know what she's going to do or say. And the guys are okay, I guess. Although Jack borrowed my special screwdriver and he hasn't given it back to me yet. The answer is about to be revealed. If you are not ready or need to rewatch any of the videos, push pause now. With your help, the Forest Force was able to figure out who stole the ruby. Let's take a look and see if you got it right.
Update. A shocking confession was found on a missing tape of suspect interviews. The thief was revealed to be...
Okay, you got me. I'm the one that stole the ruby. But I was going to put it back, I promise. And I just needed it because it has a lot of magical powers, and I needed those to defeat a giant. So if you think about it, I was really helping everybody else out. I was defeating a giant for society.
That's that's our tween activity this week. I hope you enjoyed it and had fun. Special thanks to Gary, Daniel, Angie, and Greg for being our special guest stars this week. Check back next week for fairy tale trivia. I'll see you then.